What strategic advantage do NFL defensive matchups offer in IDP fantasy football? Imagine having a secret weapon in your fantasy football arsenal that can give you a real edge each week. That secret weapon is understanding NFL defensive matchups. When you know which defenses are weaker or stronger against certain types of offenses, you can pick your defensive players more wisely. This is especially true in IDP or individual defensive player leagues, where every tackle, sack, or interception counts. Knowing how offenses perform against different defenses helps you predict which defensive players are more likely to rack up points. For example, if a team has a poor offensive line or a quarterback prone to turnovers, their defenders are more likely to get sacks or forced fumbles. Defensive players facing these teams have a higher chance of making impactful plays. Edge rushers, for instance, can exploit weak pass protection to get more sacks. Linebackers and defensive backs can benefit from more opportunities for tackles and turnovers when the opposing offense is turnover-prone or runs more plays. Another key factor is understanding defensive schemes. A team running a 4-3 defense might have middle linebackers who get a lot of tackles because of their role. Meanwhile, teams with a 3-4 scheme often have linebackers who rush the passer and can generate more sacks. Knowing how a defense lines up helps you figure out which players are on the field for most plays and most involved in key moments. Snap counts are also important. Defensive players who stay on the field for every snap tend to produce more consistent points. Linebackers and defensive backs usually play more snaps than defensive linemen, who rotate more often. Tracking snap counts against specific offenses can help you find players who are likely to be steady contributors. Matchup-specific weaknesses are another area to exploit. Some defensive players perform better against certain offenses or styles of play. For example, a cornerback who excels in man coverage might be a good start against a team that relies heavily on one wide receiver. Similarly, linebackers strong in coverage can be valuable against pass-heavy teams. Weekly lineup adjustments are a big part of IDP leagues. Since you can start multiple defensive players, analyzing matchups allows you to bench players facing tough offenses and start those with easier matchups. This strategy helps maximize your points each week. Finally, using matchup data can help you reduce the impact of variance. Defensive players tend to have less week-to-week fluctuation than offensive skill players. Picking players based on favorable matchups can give you a more stable source of points, helping you stay competitive even when your offensive players struggle. In short, understanding NFL defensive matchups gives you a strategic advantage in IDP leagues. It helps you identify players who are more likely to produce tackles, sacks, and turnovers based on the strength or weakness of their opponents. By analyzing these matchups and adjusting your lineup accordingly, you can improve your chances of scoring consistently and winning your league.